Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AKAAWOL, and today we are working with this monstrous size bracelet. We're doing the 50204 again, but this time we're going to try to make it closer to the right size. I kind of question why the pattern itself said that it was 42 strings, and then I came over and I was flipping this around to take a look at it. And it makes me crazy.
This is all wrong. How dare you?
Why is this not the same? Like, the space that you have here is almost the same as the one here, but then the side gets all wonky. I don't understand. And from the AZ Claire's version, does not appear to have this, so I'm a little bit confused. So yeah, I've had to create my own graph paper. I've kind of expanded it. It's 12 strings here and 12 here, so that's 24, 48 in all. So yeah, let's try it. I don't know. Oh, the other thing, this also drives me insane. You have 4 dots in this one, and you have 5 dots in this one. And I'm not sure why the difference. When we played with this before, I did the 4 dots. So I think that's just what we're going to go with. So this is the quarter mark here. And yeah, or a half mark. Well, quarter sideways, half up and down. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty big project, guys. I imagine maybe I should try to speed parts of it up, but at the same time, I kind of feel like maybe you guys want to see how bigger patterns get made. If you're like just gonna get into bracelet design, and maybe now you're like, hey, you know what? I want to do something huge. I want to show off what I'm capable of. This is certainly the way to do it. Because this is not, it's not even just a intermediate. I would say this is pretty advanced. But you'll see that it's, as far as the creation process, not too terrible. It's just going to be a lot of clicking, basically. Okay, so we started with the red, we went to orange. Now it's the yellow. I suppose I could put these colors down and then come back and put in the underlying strings. So let's do that for a bit. So we're going through the rainbow as opposed to trying to do 6 different shades of blue. Again, it's just a matter of preference. Me personally, I can figure out where I am on a fade based off of the color done in rainbows, as opposed to trying to have 6 different shades of blue, which are very troublesome to try to make out when you're trying to do the underlying work and the other things. It's much harder. So this is kind of my way of doing it. Hopefully you see it and think, hey, you know, that's all right. And now purple. So when I created this graph paper, I made it just a little bit longer than is necessary, just in case there's any kind of problems with like getting the pattern to end nicely. So if we leave a couple off, that's kind of by design, but we'll see. I didn't want to make it so long that, you know, that you have to do weird things with the strings or something. So now you get to make the choice when it comes to this as to which side you want the light to be. The split basically is between the red and the purple, right? So that's sort of the where the colors make the big change. So now if I'm not mistaken, right? So this comes out, yeah. All right. So this now makes a diamond. And then am I right in how I'm doing this? It's the same color thing going on both sides, yes. We can close that. All right. So ideally, I kind of want to be able to see where yellow, orange, and the red. So yeah, there it is. There's where the red makes the diamond. So there's 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And so now I can bring the orange around this. Yeah, this is a doozy here, guys. This actually might not be too difficult to knot, to be honest with you. This is a lot of just going down the rows. So that's not too bad. And then this will go off the other side. So I'm not sure how many repetitions we get with this. We've already come quite a ways. So yeah, this might be a case of where I put in the underlying strings kind of afterwards or something. I don't know how we're going to do this. So each of the colors will get used twice, I think. When we did the smaller one, right, we ended up, instead of doing it just with the 3 colors, we added in a 4th one. But in this case, I think we're going to balance them all out. So it's probably either the red, yeah, probably the red that ends up in the center here, and it's probably the purple that ends up in the center there, if we balance this out right. Which is sort of cool, I guess. I mean, if we're going from light to dark or dark to light, inside of the diamonds here, we will end up with the opposing color. So in the darkest spot, it'll have the brightest, and in the brightest spot, it'll have the darkest dot. So that's not terrible. That's a cool design. Okay. Well, let's just go a little bit. It's purple, green, yellow, orange, red. So incredible. Oops. Hit the outer border there. And one more. Ooh, this is going to be... I'm not sure where we're going to end with this. I kind of feel like I kind of wish I had a little bit more space there. We'll see. This might actually come in pretty good. So yeah, this is a lot of clicking, and obviously in this case the red does not get used nearly as much as, say, the purple. So yeah, you're going to have to make sure that you're working with strings that are plenty long enough, because there is a lot going on here. Obviously not so much with the red. Oh, this is actually going to turn out lovely. We can whoop. I was afraid of running out before the end. It's going to turn out we have one more row than we needed. But like I said, I was kind of thinking we're about 3 rows more than normal. So we did kind of tap into some of that. But not too badly. Great. Now, obviously, this one starts out with the purples going this way. Oops. Let's just kind of get the start going here. So that's the blue. Next is the green. The yellow. Obviously getting the strings, whoops, at the start, figuring out the correct sequence at the start is one of the things that's really super important to get right. So so far, that's all we kind of know. Until we fill in the obvious stuff. So I'm going to speed this along and just fill in the stuff that's really obvious. Like this is this red going here, whatever. All of the ones that are really obvious, and then I'll come back and show you the ones that are a little less obvious and how I work that out. So hang on, I'll be right back. And I am back. So all of the ones where we can basically see where it goes is actually done. So the next part is joining, like down here, like this just kind of just abruptly stops. So it's a matter of like seeing where would that string have come from, and basically that's like the only real spot it could have gone. Well, it could have came up here, but I don't think that's right, because most everything on this kind of takes the easier path. So there's the, whoops, there's the blue. Now the green does this. So the fact that the colors can kind of trade off is sort of good, but the purple, I'm kind of concerned about how that one goes. So it started out with purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, but we're starting over here with the blue and the green first, which is a little bit weird. It makes me wonder if like we're doing this the way we were meant to do it, but we'll see. And you can see I'm just following these colors up down the path that's kind of laid out for me, because you know these other strings are already taken up, so that's sort of it, kind of how it has to go. Like this has to go here because the orange already did something. So and obviously we have to do the same thing on the other side. We've only kind of gotten one side along of this so far. Oh, I get it now. So we were talking about the purple being in the center of this one, right? That's here. And then, so it goes from purple to the red, and then purple, red, backwards, like red, orange, yellow, green, blue. There we go. So yeah, this way it kind of uses up the colors, all the same colors evenly, like. Cool. And now this goes out. quite a ways. You can see all these straight lines here. Yeah, it goes all the way out to there. That's fascinating. And then sticks around to the outside. In the my keyboard gets stuck. There we go. Oh, that's so cool. So yeah, that's kind of answers that question. Oh, and we're already down to the bottom of it. Cool. I guess we can do the other side. And again, we're not going all the way across on this because we can mirror it and make it so that way the we only have to do a portion of all of the work. So that's kind of nice. So there we have that. All right. And we know the next one's red from the other side, so we can just follow this down. I lost track of it for a second when I scrolled. It's like, wait, what? And the red comes down. Like that. We didn't follow it all the way down before on the other side, did we? No. There we go, all the way to the bottom. So now we know the next one over here was the orange. So yeah, I'm going to fill all this in. And I think we're going to speed this up again because I think you can kind of see how it's done. I'm kind of hoping you guys get it. Comes all the way to the end. It's just a matter of kind of following until you hit a corner that sends you back the other way. So, just like that. All right, I'm going to speed this up. Okay, so all the underlying strings in this area is done. I was just double checking, making sure we have them all. When we zoom out, this thing is like really seriously difficult to look at. It's so many wavy lines and stuff. It's really cool. All right. So we kind of snapped onto the grid lines there. So we have this whole area that we worked out. All sorted. Control C, Control V. That's copy and paste. We're going to flip horizontally. Yep. And go ahead and shift that over here, and it should snap into place. Yep, that looks good. Layer, anchor. And now we're going to select the whole top half, Control C, Control V, another copy paste. This time we flip it vertically. And we drag this down. And it appears to have snapped perfectly in place. And here is our bracelet. I think that is really cool. That's going to be fun. Not sure that I really want to do it myself, but oh, can I mention this is made for a Patreon supporter? So the request was, could I do this? Could I figure it out and get it centered and everything? And I've done that. So thank you to my Patreon supporters who make all this stuff possible. And if you haven't already, just hit like and maybe subscribe. I'd appreciate that. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.